Hey everyone, welcome back to Elemental Cartomancy. I'm coming on to do a quick unboxing of sorts and flip through of the lovely Moon Baby Tarot. So the Moon Baby Tarot comes in this two-part box. Hard box, very durable, keeps the cards safe, does the job. It's nicely decorated as well if you look at it. So there's that, there's the kind of a description in the back that Brant's put. Um, and yeah, it's just a nice pretty box to have on your shelf. Um, it comes with this kind of a pamphlet type guidebook. It does give kind of a keywords, like the bare bones of what you would need for the definitions. If this was your first and only deck, then I would be recommending that you get another book, another couple of books alongside it. But you know, for the purposes of providing it with the deck, I think this does the job just nicely. There's also a pretty good spread, um, the daily draw spread that Brant's included at the back. And if you have a look at my live on Thursday, we actually did the spread together. And it's a really good one, so it is. I'm definitely going to be incorporating that into my some of my daily daily card pools. It comes with this certificate of authentication. Now this is, to let you see, in comparison to the card size, this is smaller. And Brant says in his own walkthrough why he did that. Basically, so it's easy to find. It's a different, material type as well, cardstock type material as well. So I've got number 63 out of 1,000, and it's signed by Brant himself. So that's pretty nice. Um, as one of the stretch goals, you get an altar card type thing, and I've got the lovers, so that's really nice. And you also get the spread cloth, which I'm using on my table just now, so you'll see it when I turn the camera down. Um, Other than the cards, the only other thing that I would add about is the additional strength and justice cards. So as you know, um, strength and justice are often flipped depending on what deck you're looking at. So most of your Marseille type decks will have justice at number 8 in the major arcana and strength at number 11, um, as so. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the original hoi polloi on which Moonbaby Tarot is based, um, it followed the Marseille system. However, Brant has put strength at 8 and justice at 11 as it is in the Smith-Waite deck. But he's included these extra cards so that you can basically choose what way around you want to have them. So leave me a comment and let me know what way you're going to have yours. You know, are you going to use strength 8, justice 11, or vice versa? I can see benefits to both. I like the Smith way, the strength at 8 and justice at 11, because it puts the astrological signs in order. And also, I like the idea of justice being at the very core, the very centre of everything. That just seems nice and meaningful to me. But at the same time, I am very numerological in the way that I read. So for me, justice is more 8 energy than strength is. Um, so I can see it both ways. But for now, I've got justice at 11 and strength at number 8 in the deck. So let's turn the camera down and let's have a flip through of the cards. Now, this, as I say, is based on the hoi polloi. It's just Brant has recolored it, so you can see the backs here. Um, it's essentially a Smith-Waite deck. Um, Pixie's line work has been very much redrawn, and again in the live that I did, I compared the court cards actually to the plaid backs, the Smith-Waite plaid backs, just to kind of show some of the differences. But it is in essence a Smithwaite deck, so I'm not going to be doing an in-depth walkthrough or anything like that. Um, this will be more of a flip through with the occasional comment thrown in. I'm loving the colours. Um, the use of colour in this deck is beautiful. Really, really like quite simple, but just really, really nice. I like the way that he's done it. So we've got Alpha and Omega on the heart on Chariot here. One of the things that I was noticing when I was flipping through the courts together on Thursday is that it took for me to compare it to a deck like this that's made changes for me to realise some of the detail on the actual Smithwaite itself, which is really interesting. I was noticing like things in the background that I had never noticed before, and noticing it because the hoi polloi or the moonbaby tarot blatantly takes it out, and that's what brings it to the forefront. So I do think it would be interesting to do a comparison between this and the Smithwaite. But so as I say, strength is at number 8. I love the blue and the hermit. Wheel of Fortune, and we have justice at 11. The blues in this deck are really stunning. Once I'm finished doing the flip through, I will show you the edging. So there was a poll that went out during the creation, um, or during the Kickstarter rather, as to whether we got to vote for either this duck egg blue, or the kind of a pale pink for the edges of the cards, and the pink one. I think it would have been nice in the blue, and I did vote for the blue, but I'm really happy with the pink as well, so no complaints here. I love that the sun and the temperance card. It's always looked really funny in the standard temperance card to me, but it looks really nice there. The devil's got a very angry monobrow going on. I love the star. I love the colour of the yellow colour of the star, the goldy yellow colour, offset by this kind of a slightly darker blue sky. It's just really stunning. And to see, so this is one of the differences. So she's pouring from two pictures, one back to the pond, the source, the unconscious, and then one onto the dry land. But I'm sure in the original Smithwaite Star card we see like the water making paths, whereas here it seems to just be being absorbed by the land. We don't actually see it, um, you know, running onto the land. Or maybe she's only just started pouring it and we're seeing it at the point where it first hits the land. Face and the moon's really cool. I love how the lobster's bright pink. It really stands out. Sun, judgment card. So I'm sure in the original we can see other coffins across there's like a river, a body of water, and we can see other coffins across it. But here we just see the kind of three at the forefront in the world. So I'll be looking at the minors in my standard order. So we're going wands, swords, cups, and pentacles. So we really see, with the blue, this looks really clearly like a body of water here, and we can see the ships. Still can't quite decide whether they're going out or coming in, but it looks like ships in a body of water, whereas on a lot of the Smithwaite colorations it looks like a desert. But it's nice, I really like it. cardstock, and this is really nice and papery, like durable papery cardstock. It's lovely. Oops. So we don't have any of the kind of a landscape in this card. We purely just have the eight wands flying through the air. Now, for me, I can still get a lot from that because, well, they are still flying through the air. Momentum, speed. Um, they're on a downward trajectory as we see them. They're coming down the way. Um, so you get the idea of coming towards the end of your journey, getting to the end, which is, the 8 is coming towards 10, the completion. And we do still see them in this perfect parallel formation. So the structure and the order that's created this momentum, you can still very much get that from the card. 9 of Wands, 10, Page. Love the pink colour of the mountains in the back. Knight, Queen. I love how it looks like she's got a spotlight on her face. I know that's probably just the headrest of her chair behind her, but it looks as though somebody's shining the spotlight on her. And if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it a million times. I think of the Queen of Wands as the celebrity of the tarot. She likes being in the limelight. So it's nice for me to have that, that spotlight being pointed on her face. I really appreciate that. King. And then onto the swords. Two is beautiful. Look how calm the water is behind her. Three. Almost looks like a curtain behind here. Rather than like the kind of a stormy weather, it looks like a curtain. So is this like a production, a stage production? 4. I like that we've kept the tense here. I don't see the Seven of Swords as just a card about dishonesty. Dishonesty for me is almost like a potential byproduct. For me, the Seven of Swords is a card about thinking outside the box and approaching the problem from a different, almost innovative angle. And the story that I like to take here, I think it was Justin that first said it to me. This is like an army encampment. He knows he can't beat the army head on, so he sneaks in whilst they're asleep and disarms them, takes their weapons away, and that's what we see here. So I like that we still have this in the background here. The 8. The 9. And the 10. And we have a much clearer sky in this Ten of Swords than what we traditionally would. Which again I appreciate because for me the 10 is a card about moving on, renewing the cycle. It shouldn't be all doom and gloom and everything's just destroyed. It should be, I've been through some serious shit, But now it's time to put that behind me and move on into this new sunrise page. Night, still very quick moving. Queen. And their king. Onto the cups, I'll shift these out of the way. Three, four, five, and we've kept a lot of the detail in the five, which is nice. Six, same with the six, a lot of the detail we still have in here. She still looks like a wee old lady to me though. I think they're both meant to be children, but I can't unsee it. Seven, all the choices. Eight, going out to look for that missing cup. 9, 10. Do you see how the rainbow almost looks like a doorway here? I think that's quite cool. So do you think they're coming away from the doorway, or are they moving towards it into a new, a new phase in their life? Page, or knight, queen, and our king, all dressed in orange in the cups. And the ace of pentacles. Don't have the garden scene here. 2, 3, 4. Doesn't matter what I do, I can never seem to keep the cards in any kind of reasonable order. They just all kind of go all over the place, don't they? 5, 6, So I've been shuffling away at the deck. It riffle shuffles and overhand shuffles nicely, as you would expect. So quick ruffle shuffle, and it bridges nicely. It probably will retain a bit of a bow with some time. And nicely overhands. So we're going to do a quick interview with the deck just to get to know it a bit. see what kind of things it likes to read for and what kind of things it doesn't. Before I do that though, just I'm not sure how well you can see it. Mind you, it's very, very subtle, but this is the pink edging. And it's not showing up in the camera the same way that it looks in real life, I'm afraid. Um, but yeah, so the first card in our interview spread is tell me a bit about yourself. We've got the Queen of Cups, so protector of the emotions. Um, this Queen of Cups, and this was one of the reasons why, well, the main reason I wanted to compare the courts from between the Smithwaite and this deck is because I noticed that the Queen's Cup isn't covered up. So it's not as fanciful and it's not covered up in the same way that the Queen's Cup is and the Smithwaite. So yeah, perhaps not, you know, not going to spoon feed us in terms of our emotional well-being and whatnot. She's still the Queen of Cups. She's still going to kind of look after us. She's still going to make sure we're, or at least enable us to be emotionally fulfilled. But she's kind of going to expect us to do a bit of the work ourselves. She's not going to kind of like spoon feed us. She's not going to take us by the hand and take us every step of the way. So we are still going to have to just undergo those emotional experiences that lead to higher self-awareness and more knowledge of the higher self, and just more emotional experience. But yeah, so this is the kind of a personality of this deck, very emotional deck. So with that said, what are the deck's strengths? So it's preservation, maybe, foundation and stability. So it's stabilizing those emotions. So perhaps if I am feeling a bit unhinged or a bit upset about something, then this is a good deck to come to just to kind of become just be revalidated about what I have, where I am, and how to just feel a bit more secure in my own emotions. What are the deck's weaknesses? Wheel of Fortune, so tumultuous change with things ever changing. Um, you know, I always think with the Wheel of Fortune with Justice, right? If we talk about those two cards for a sec, Justice talks about the idea of karma and the idea of cause and effect. And if something bad is happening to you, it's probably because you've done something bad before. Everything is interlinked, that kind of a thing. So that's kind of a Justice's view on things. Um, Fortuna, the Wheel of Fortune, on the other hand, kind of doesn't really serve that cause and effect. That causality. Fortuna, it's like, it's pure things. Some things are just down to pure chance. For some, where some things are concerned, there is absolutely no rhyme or reason as to why you're undergoing that experience or having to do that particular thing. Sometimes life is just that way. Life is just chaotic, and we need to embrace the chaos. And perhaps that's one of the things that this deck isn't going to be so hot at, is helping us embrace that chaos and letting us see, bring sense to all of that. Um, what are you here to teach me is the fourth card. We've got the Knight of Wands, so very fiery, very energetic. Um, I see this as the water of water. Queens I associate to water, and knights I associate to fire. So we have water of water and fire of fire. So it's interesting that tell me a bit about yourself. It's all water, and what are you here to teach me? It's all fire. I love when we get these kind of elemental comparisons and spreads. Um, so, I mean, if the deck is the water, then maybe it's here to teach me that I am the fire, that I've got the energy to bring to it, and it's just going to help me tap into my softer side a wee bit more. Um, the fifth card is how do I best work with, collaborate with you. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't expect it to be a full, a full connection at first go. Perhaps going to have to work with it a bit. So it's a deck where I'm going to build a relationship up with it over time, rather than just, oh, I've just set eyes on it and it's already my favourite deck in the whole wide world. It's not going to be anything crazy like that. Last card is what will our relationship be like, and we've got the Nine of Cups. That's a nice one to end on. So we've got the wish card, or the fulfillment card. Um, yeah, and a lot of kind of views this is one of the best cards in the pack. It just talks about being fulfilled, being happy, being content about with what you've got. We've got this person who's sitting and they've got all their cups behind them. Okay, so everything they've achieved, everything they've got under their belt, they're proud of it, they're displaying it, and they sit proudly in front of it. So life is good, and yeah, so that would suggest that as far as my relationship with this deck is concerned, it's going to be a good one and it's going to be one that I can be proud of. So there we have it, guys. That is the Moon Baby Tarot. Thank you so much for watching. I believe there are still some copies of this for sale on Brant's Etsy, I think it is. I will link it in the description if I do manage to find it. Um, but yeah, so if you're interested, then please do check it out. Thank you so much to Brant for producing this lovely deck. I'm delighted with my copy of it. And thanks to you guys for watching. Until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.